All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome.
Hi.
I'm Shannon, for those of you who don't know me. I'm here with my fellow coaches, Natasha, want to give a wave, and Lucy. And we are going to go through a little bit of info on 2B Mindset, what it's about. So thanks for joining us. So I'll just go over what we're going to do quickly, and then we'll get started. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about who Alana is and what this program is all about. And then the three of us are going to talk about our own personal experiences with 2B Mindset. So we'll go through each of our stories. We'll talk about package and pricing options next, and then we'll take any questions that you have. So just a few housekeeping things. Make sure you're muted. You can use the chat feature. And if we get kicked off before, then before we're all done, you can just hop back in and we'll keep going. So you can ask us anything. We're open books, and I will hand you guys off to Lucy now.
All right, so I'm going to give you a little bit of background of Alana, who is the creator of 2B Mindset. So she is a registered dietitian. She grew up she had two households, divorced parents, overweight her whole youth and much of her teen years. She had poor eating habits, yo-yo dieted, was one of the youngest kids in like a fat camp. And over the years, she learned and picked up little bits and pieces, and eventually lost 100 pounds. And she has kept that 100 pounds off for like over 10 years. So through her experiences, she developed this program based on her personal successes. And the program is ultimately about mindset. We all have, or many of us have, issues with food and tie it to emotional issues that we have, whether we realize it or not. So this program is about really getting to the heart of those and retraining your mind to deal with food properly. So it's non-restrictive. It's really for everyone. There's no calorie counting. There's no weighing food. There's no point system. It's just understanding what types of food work for you, like personally, at what time of day and what's going to be the most benefit to you. So essentially, it's just eating certain types of food at certain times of day and tracking it and learning through your tracking what works for you. That's essentially the program. It's so simplistic, it's so freeing, because what works for me may be different than what works for somebody else. Like for me, I realized that something like turnips later in the day, like at dinner time, gonna leave me kind of bloated, so not gonna have those later in the day. But that might be different than what somebody else experiences. So that's essentially the program. Oh, Shannon, you're muted.
Whoops. All right, so I'll start that again. We're going to move on now. Natasha, we'll go Natasha, then Lucy, and then I'll share my experience at the end. Does that work?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, guys, so what we're going to do is share a little bit about ourselves and our stories and kind of why we were so excited to get started with 2B Mindset and kind of what our results been and what our experience has been so far. So I'm Natasha. I've been coaching for about a year and a half. I've always struggled with weight. Weight has always been something that I've struggled with. I've been on a diet since like the beginning of time. It feels like I was like 11 and I remember being on a diet, and I've always struggled with like hormone imbalances. I have PCOS. I had struggled with fertility. Like it's a constant hormonal battle for me. So losing weight is a huge struggle. So I've tried pretty much everything. And before jumping into this journey, I didn't really have much success with anything. Over the last year and a half, I've lost over 100 pounds. And so the container system worked really well for me for a long time. But then I kind of hit a plateau, and that's normal, right? Like your body goes through these ups and downs and it gets used to what you're doing. And then you got to change it up. But what I was trying wasn't really working. So I needed something different. And at the same time, I was I was kind of tired of having to count calories all the time and, well, not count calories, but portion out my food. It takes more time to meal plan that way. And it's a little bit harder to maintain long term. And on top of that, I have a lot of deep rooted issues with emotional eating and volume eating that have been really longstanding. And so the container system, while it worked to get me the results I needed, didn't really tackle those bigger issues that are always going to be there unless I tackle them. And they will always impact my weight loss journey going forward. So that's why I was so excited about 2B Mindset, because this is the first program that I've ever seen that not only focuses on nutrition, because it's important, and 80% of your results comes from nutrition, but the even bigger elephant in the room is the fact that Ilana deals with these very deep rooted issues that stop you from getting the gains that you want and sustaining those gains over time. So yes, you're getting results nutritionally, but you're also tackling things that, if you don't tackle, are going to affect you and be able to, in your ability to take your weight and keep it off long term. So for me, I've always had like a negative relationship with the scale. I like avoid that thing. Like it's the plague. I hate it. And it always like made me feel super shitty about myself internally. Like anytime I saw that scale go up, it would just turn into this like self-loathing, spiraling effect. And then the binge eating would start and the volume eating would start, and it would all kind of go downhill from there. So the biggest thing I've noticed with this program is that mindset change happened for me within about a week and a half of starting, which is huge because I fluctuated. I went up a pound 2 days in a row. And normally that would have like totally flipped me off my spiral and I would have been gone. But because you're tracking everything and because you're working through these mindset videos that she has for you, you are looking at the scale differently. You end up looking at the scale as a feedback mechanism and not something that is tied to your emotional self. It still takes thought and still takes time to work through. I'm not saying that after a week I'm done, but I'm better able to have insight into how that emotion is so closely tied to my self-worth. And I'm slowly starting to be able to separate that because of this program. So that's huge. And the scale went back down once I figured out what it was that was throwing me off. For me, it's sodium. I've always kind of had a feeling that sodium is a problem, but I even had like low sodium soy sauce and that totally threw me off. So now I know, right? And I make changes to see the results that I want on the scale. So I'm just at the 2-week mark now, and I am down 10 pounds, which is crazy. It's crazy. And I'm like so full all the time, I'm so full and I don't feel restricted. Like the one word that comes to mind when I think about this program is I feel free. Like one day I had a 2-pound loss and I had ice cream for a dessert like the day before. Like that's crazy. So it's just totally different. And I know I'm super skeptical. I'm a very skeptical person. And when I first heard about this program, I was like, okay, sure. Like you get to eat what you want and still lose weight and don't count calories. Sure, lady, whatever. But now I'm like a total convert. I'm so excited. And then it's not even just me. Like Richard, my husband, has been able to adopt these principles too. And he has lost 11 pounds in 2 weeks, which is crazy. And he struggles too. It's a hard thing for both of us. So the biggest thing, besides the fact that we both feel free in terms of our nutrition and our relationship with food, is that it takes so much less time to meal prep. Like our meal plan is like done in 5 minutes now. And you don't feel restricted from going out places and doing things with people and being social and having a life. and you're not just saying, oh, I can't eat that, right? Like you're not, because that doesn't feel good when you're out. So that's me in a nutshell. I'm in love with this program so far. And I think the great part is it's for everybody. And because exercise is a bonus, it's not a requirement. It can help so many people that aren't getting results with the physical side of things. So I'm going to pass it on to Lucy, and she's going to give you guys her experience so far.
Hey guys. Okay. So I'm 38. I have been on my health and fitness journey for just over a year. Had some great successes, but like Natasha, I I think around last November, I plateaued, and I got super frustrated. And with work stress and everything, my nutrition sort of went out the window. I still maintained exercise every day because it's become part of my routine, but nutrition's a totally different story with me. I struggle a lot. I've always struggled. So I plateaued, and then I started to gain, because as I saw the scale start to creep back up, I settled back into that old feeling of like giving up. And like Natasha, I have some hormonal issues. I have hypothyroidism, and I have some infertility issues as well. So lots of things going on in my body that make losing weight a little more challenging. So anyhow, when I got word that this program was coming out, I thought, okay, I just have to like bear down and maintain. I just have to maintain until this comes out, because I have to try something new. So it comes out, and I've been on it for about a week and a half. My experience has been a lot about the learning, like self-learning. So I am learning a lot about what my body, what benefits my body and what doesn't. And I've had some surprises. Like there was one day that I was at Comic-Con last weekend, and trying to eat lunch at Comic-Con, how am I going to eat healthy? And I hadn't packed anything. So my lunch was a pulled pork poutine. So I totally gave in. But you know what? It was okay, because it was a treat, and I actually lost weight that day. But other evenings, and this is just a scheduling issue in my household, we tend to eat dinner late. So I've noticed that the later I eat dinner, the more likely I am to either stay or increase weight. So that's been a huge learning thing for me. I know I need to try and make as much of an effort as I can to keep my meals earlier in the day. So it's been really good for me. Overall, in the last week and a half, I've lost 5.5 pounds. So really happy with that. And I know it's going to continue. So that's what this program has meant to me. I feel like it's been really good for my mindset, even more so than the actual scale. I've never really had a problem with the scale. I never checked it every day, but I've never really had an issue stepping on the scale. A little bit of like, when I see it go up, but I've always felt pretty comfortable on the scale. But for me, the changes I feel and the changes I see are really in my mind. Like I'm feeling a lot of changes about how I'm looking at food, and how I'm reacting to food. So that's been the thing that I think is my biggest takeaway in just this past week and a half, is how I'm starting to see things in a different way. And that's me. So I'm now going to pass it along to Shannon, and she'll tell you about her experience.
Okay, so my experience is a little bit different. For those of you who don't know me, I am a mom of 4 kiddos, age 7 and under. It's busy. I stay home with them. Well, 3 of them are in school, but still, things get crazy. But I've been a coach since January and been doing the portion control, that kind of thing. But my relationship with food is a little different than Natasha and Lucy's, in that it's not that I do have problems with emotional and binge stress eating to a point, but my bigger problem was more that I didn't like food. So I would eat to sustain, but it was a lot of carbs. It was a lot of crap. It was a lot of wine. Like when I hit my breaking point, when I finally decided to say, okay, I need to do this. I need to make a change. Something's got to happen. Like I was living off carbs and yogurt and wine, like a lot of it. So like daily wine. And since, the portion control thing is great, but in a busy house where my husband and my kids don't necessarily want to eat what I want to eat, it's been a challenge. So this new way, this new mindset. Now I didn't start on it right away. I'm a very structured OCD kind of person. So I like my portions in a way, like I'm really stuck on that. But I really like the idea of getting a new mindset, because not only was I binging on like eating carbs to sustain, and like I wasn't losing weight, I was actually gaining weight. My body would go into starvation mode essentially. But as much as I love them, like I could sit and down a bag of Miss Vicky's chips or a tub of ice cream in one sitting at night. Like that was me. And then all day long, like barely eat a thing. So, and then drink wine and eat chips. Why not? And not exercise once a week in my head was good. But so now that part's taken care of. I'm a happier person. All that's good. So now when I finally did decide, okay, I need to do this, the 2B mindset, not just for the nutritional part, but for that mindset part about why am I eating like that? Or what is it that I hate so much about food that I don't want to eat it? Like I had it in my head that I don't know what, like I still haven't even delved into those issues myself as to why I just couldn't, but like fruits and vegetables made me want to gag. No, thank you. So now what I've noticed, I signed up on Friday. I've been making my way through the videos. So I'm about a week in, and I guess I'm not like your typical rule follower in the sense that I haven't been tracking yet. I haven't really used the scale very much because I didn't really have one until yesterday. But I've been doing as much as I can with her core principles and following her videos and just taking mental notes right now. I like to ease into things slowly. And that's okay. Like baby steps are fine. I have to make it work for what works for me. So I'm doing the best I can. And what I love is how simple it is. Like the principles, like you listen to her talk and you're like, oh, well, yeah, of course. But it's like, oh, all right, I can do that. I get it. So, and I feel good. Like the amount of food that you get to eat is crazy. And I shouldn't say get to eat, because you can eat whatever you want. Like, you just make sure that you're drinking water, eating veggies, get what you want. It's all good. So I love that it's measurable. Like as Natasha mentioned, the scale, using it as a feedback tool. I like that. Like I have a bad relationship with the scale. I didn't own one until yesterday, really, or 2 days ago, because I don't see a need to go on it. But I like the fact that she's using it not to punish you or anything, but to say, oh, here's your weight. Now what are you going to do about it? So, and what happened yesterday to make it that way, and what can you change? So I like that. I love that we're working on the actual, like the emotional part of it, the stress eating, that kind of thing, and just trying to really understand what works for your body. So I'm really excited about, my favorite thing is about trying new foods with my kids. They're so excited. Like it's really fun. I went live the other day and they were like, yeah, let's do another one. So trying new foods with them, getting them excited about food, breaking out of my broccoli and cauliflower routine a little bit, because that's where we're at. And try new recipes. I love recipes. I'm a Pinterest freak with that kind of thing. So I love that I have the flexibility to do that. And in this busy house, like it's crazy. I had to go out and buy more vegetables today because we were out. So yeah, I'm liking how I feel. I'm liking that it's easy, and I love that we get to try new things. So I guess that's me in a nutshell. So now I guess, Natasha, you're going to talk about packaging and pricing?
Yeah. Okay. So the craziest thing, besides the fact that we've never had a nutrition program that's just nutrition and not focusing on workouts before, is that Alana is actually hosting her own private accountability community. So that's never happened before. We've never had access to a super trainer like that, or a dietitian like that at all. So what she does is she actually comes live, kind of like what we're doing, in this private group every other day. She does posts, she posts her recipes, she does polls, like she's in there and engaged, and you can actually ask her questions. So the crazy part about that is that she's a dietitian in Beverly Hills, and she's like, for 1 hour consultation with her is $400, which is crazy. But we get her like whenever we want in this group. And so it's been open since March. No, that's a lie. It's been open since May 2nd, and it's going to be open until June 4th. And so it'll still be open after that, but she won't be continuously posting after June 4th. So if you get in before then, you're going to have access to everything that she's posted in there and everything that she will continue to post up until June 4th. So it's pretty crazy because, like I said, this has never happened before. And I think all of us are in her group right now. And I think it's been awesome. She's posted a lot of really helpful videos about like what happens when the scale goes up, or what happens when this happens, or that emotional connection with food. What happens if you're adding workouts into the 2B mindset? How do you add workouts into the 2B mindset if that's something that you want to do? So it's super, super, super helpful. So the other thing to know is that there is an app coming. There's an app coming June 4th also. So with any of the kit purchases, you'll get that app download for free. And all of her videos will be in there, as well as an online community will be in that app also. You can do all of your tracking in that app. So you don't, if you're not a paper and pen person like I am, and you prefer tracking on the go, you'll have that in the app, which is awesome. So I have notes here, so I'm checking my notes. So so there's 3 options basically to join 2B Mindset. The first option is a base kit, and it's the 2B Mindset base kit. So that comes with everything that you need for 2B Mindset. So you get a 90-day tracker book like this. It's beautiful. It has like your daily tracking in here. It has all of the information so that you can go back day to day and figure out what worked for you and what didn't work for you and how you're going to change it going forward. It comes with this awesome water bottle. I'm obsessed with it. It's like 30 ounces of water. Lucy has hers. So you don't have to refill all the time. It's like it has 30 ounces. It's good. You have 6 a day. Well, that's how much I need. And you're good. And she has like little tidbits, little reminders on the side of her bottle, like her mantras, which are awesome. You get 21 educational videos about the program, about how to, she like basically in one of her videos walks you through a grocery store and helps you relearn how to grocery shop and what are some things that you should be looking at. There's one for traveling. There's one for like going to barbecues and social events. Like there's lots and lots and lots and lots. She has 5 videos that are geared towards negative relationship with food and emotional eating and that negative relationship with the scale. So there's 5 videos specifically for that. And then she's got a whack load of videos, I think 15 recipe videos for all of, sorry, my timer is telling me that we're low on time. Oop, where did I go? Here we go. So yeah, she's got 15 recipe videos, which is awesome too, because I've tried like 4 or 5 of her recipes that her recipe book comes with also, and they are amazing so far. Like I would not even guess that these are healthy foods. Like it's crazy. So yeah, and then you get this online community. So in addition to Alana's group, you also get to be in a community with all of us and all of our team as well. So it's one big family basically, and we post in there daily. We share our victories, we share our struggles, and it really just becomes like a really tight community to help you with that support to kind of get you to where you want to be with your goals. And that is an ongoing group going forward. So even though Alana's group will end June 4th, this is a group that you will have access to going forward, so that's never going to go away. So that's the first option. And in May, there is a promo right now that each pack is $20 off. So in the US, this base pack is $99. In Canada, it's $121. And the great thing about that is there's no renewal fee. So like you buy your package and it's yours forever. So you don't have to do renewal fees after a year to continue having these videos. You will always have access to these videos, which is awesome. Okay, so that's the first option. The second option is a challenge pack. And the great thing about a challenge pack is, well, it gives you the option to try Shakeology. So I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with Shakeology or not, but it is a nutritional supplement. It's great. It really helps. It basically replaces your multivitamin for the day. It has your probiotics, your prebiotics, all your vitamins and minerals that you will need in a multivitamin. So you can toss those out the window. And it helps with sleep, it helps with mood, and it also helps with craving, reducing your cravings over time, that's the biggest thing I've noticed so far is my cravings have significantly reduced with using it every day. And we have great recipes. So if you're having a craving one day, we have these like chocolate peanut butter mug cakes, which are ridiculous. And we have peanut butter balls and that kind of stuff. So it's a really great option when you're really craving something, but still want to be able to make smarter choices. right? So the great thing about the challenge pack is you get that for $90 off. So you basically get to try Shakeology for $60, which is crazy because it ends up being your breakfast for the whole month if you want to. I usually use it as a snack because I like carrying it over between the two, but a lot of people use it for their breakfast. So that pack gives you everything in the 2B Mindset Base Kit plus the Shakeology for the month. And you have the option of enrolling with a coach account for free with this option. And I know you're probably being like, Tasha, I don't want to coach. You do not have to coach. You literally just have a coach account. You can cancel it as soon as the group is over if you don't want to. But this gives you free access to Alana's group. So it is a coach exclusive group. And like I said, you're just using it for the discount. If you do end up using Shakeology and loving it, the coach account gives you 25% off anything going forward. So it's always a great option. But like I said, you don't get charged for the first 30 days. So you can literally be in the group till the end and try everything for 30 days. And if you're not happy, we just cancel it. No big deal. And that option is $186. So for like $70 difference, you get breakfast for the month, plus automatic access to Alana's group, which is pretty awesome. And the last option is if you want to add in workouts, if that's something that's important to you. So you would get a whole year of streaming service to our on-demand. So our on-demand has yoga, it has Pilates, it has meditation program. It even has a prenatal and postnatal program, HIIT programs, weight programs, everything, cardio, dance, everything. There's even a family channel, which is super fun. I cannot wait till Nora actually cares about working out with me and wants to do that with me. Right now she could care less and just wants to go throw stuff around the room. But I'm pumped for when she actually gets able to do that. And there's even a healthy cooking show. So you can literally like scroll through hundreds and hundreds of workouts too, but of recipes from various types of things like breakfast, lunches, dinners, entrees, that kind of stuff. It's all there at your fingertips. And it's all accessible on any device, any TV. You can even download your workouts to your phone or to your iPad or to your computer and watch them offline, which is super fun. The nice thing, what Alana has said in a lot of her test groups that she's done, is that people often find that when they first start out, they're not really wanting to exercise because they just don't feel great. But then after a few months, they're starting to feel great and want to try some exercise. And BOD gives you that nice option to start slowly adding in your exercise when it feels right for your body, which is awesome. And there's something for everybody, right? Like there's moderators for each program, and there's beginner programs and highly advanced programs. So as your body changes, as your body gets stronger and you get stronger, your workouts can change with you, and you don't have to buy a new program. You don't have to buy a new subscription. It's all there for the year. And you get automatic access to whatever new programs get released each year, which is usually about 3 to 4. So that's the last pack option. And with that option, you also get an automatic enrollment to the coach test group also. It's all wrapped into one. And that is $235 for the year. So those are your options. Any option is going to get you the best, is going to get you results. Ultimately, it depends on what your goals are. But if you're looking long-term and you're looking at slowly incorporating workouts and slowly, if you struggle with cravings or those types of things and you need extra tools, then option 2 and option 3 are great, especially if you want to be a part of Alana's group, because it's only going to be open for another couple weeks. And if you want to get access to her videos and learn all her tools that she shared with us, that is the place that you want to be. So I think that's it. Guys, am I missing any information?
No, I think that pretty much covers everything. I don't think anybody has questions.
I don't think so, no. But if anybody does, you just reach out to your prospective coach, and we can touch base.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Guys.
Thank you.
Bye.